Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Big and Stupid Game Reviews. Once again, Big Mike solo. There hasn't really been coming out. There hasn't really been anything coming out lately, except Mass Effect 2 and that Ninja Gaiden game. We'll get to those later, though. With the two of us, we're both just wrapping those two up. So we'll get to our full reviews on those soon. But just so that you have a video, because I know you can't get enough of this face, um, I wanted to do a couple things that came out not too long ago. Um, the first and most important of which being Touch My Katamari. I can't imagine anyone not liking the Katamari games. There's not much to them. You're the prince or one of his cousins, and the king of all cosmos destroys the cosmos somehow or another, and you have to rebuild it by rolling stuff up into a giant Katamari ball. It sounds insane when I explain it because it is insane, but it's so much fun. There's nothing not to like about a Katamari game. It's charming. Everything does what it's supposed to do. Since the first game, I've never had any issues except for that one that came out on Xbox, but we're not going to talk about that one. That doesn't count. Touch My Katamari is by the guy who made the Katamari games and Nobi Nobi Boy, which we're not going to talk about that either. That's a little bit too weird. But the game's great. It works flawlessly, exactly how it's supposed to. It's just as crazy as you imagine. The music is top notch. There's nothing better than Katamari music. If you're in a bad mood, you put in a Katamari game and you're going to feel better because you're going to be rolling stuff up into giant, things, and you roll up and you hear the people scream, and it's fantastic. It has this wacky music. You get to see the King's package, which is always fun. Um, the touch controls on Touch My Katamari, they work just fine. You can squeeze your Katamari or stretch it out if you need to get, into weird places. So it's a little bit of something different for the series, but nothing mind shattering. But still, it's a Katamari game, so go ahead and get it. If you don't have a Vita, Touch My Katamari is a reason to buy a Vita. You should buy a Vita anyway. It's a fantastic system if you have the money. But it's the best handheld I've ever played. I've had all of the Nintendo ones. I had a PSP. I had a Game Gear back in the day and an Atari Lynx. They're all shit compared to the Vita, which is basically a PS3 that you can carry around with you. It's a fantastic system, so if you were on the fence about the Vita, go ahead and pick one of those up. It's really excellent. The one thing I'm going to say about Touch My Katamari, kind of weird. The king's not a cartoon. He's like a guy's face with the king like nose and crown and stuff like superimposed onto him. So when he talks, it's a little bit weird with his eyes moving around and you can see his teeth. It's a little creepy. That's all. No reason not to check this game out. It's fantastic. The other thing that I wanted to say something quick about, because this just came out, the Devil May Cry HD collection, which is off the hook. It's the Devil May Cry games. 1 and 3 are just the best action games you're ever going to play. It was back in the day before all the tutorials and the hand holding and where they told you exactly what you had to do and exactly where you had to go. It's before that, so there's some puzzles in it that, actually use your brain. You have to figure stuff out. The action is top notch. Um, the second one, I don't know what happened. It went off the rails. The game's super easy, and I don't know. It's just not the best. But Devil May Cry 2 is still better than most of the action games that you're going to get anymore. So you're going to get 1, you're going to get 3, which are fantastic. 2 is cool looking. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, 2 has the coolest looking Dante, but that's hardly a reason to play it. But if you have it, you get the collection, you may as well. You're basically paying $20 for 1 and $20 for 3. You're getting 2 for free. Um, it has all the extra, the special edition stuff from 3, and it has a little bit of extra junk thrown in. So, if you have $80 and a Vita, get the Devil May Cry HD collection and Touch My Katamari. If you don't have a Vita, get the Devil May Cry collection. And if you have, what do you got? Like $300, get the Vita and Touch My Katamari. I think it's only $30 or something like that. Whatever it is, it's worth it. So go ahead and pick both of those things up. They are value games. Like our channel, and like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel. Again, I'm not the responsible one here. I'm just putting a video out so you know what to spend your money on as far as video games go. See you next week.